Welcome to the first stream of the World Cup. We got me, Magnus, and Hannes. Say hi, Hannes.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to World Cup 2023.
Yes, we're gonna check out some pairings, or not pairings, perhaps. We're gonna draw the teams versus each other, make some. Just show you guys around a bit in our format because I don't think everyone knows what we're up to now. So yeah, it's gonna be a bit explanations and we're gonna end with the draw. So Hannes, what are we going into first here?
So first, let's check out our excitement level about the GOT World Cup 2023.
Yeah.
How excited are you, Magnus?
Okay, I have been looking forward to this for since the last time we did something like this in the Battle of Nations it wasn't last year, was it? It's been
2021.
Yes, so it's been quite a while. We had such a blast doing that one, and now we got a bigger team with you, with me, with Harrison and Stefan. So we have grown. So we've gotten bigger, better, and it's something about these tournaments like this, right? Got your teammates together and fight together to win everything, because that's the plan, right?
Yes, so I'm also super psyched, and I mean more than 170 players, over 20 teams. This is really much more than I would have anticipated, to be honest. So thank you very much to everyone who's taking part, either as a captain or as a player. This is amazing. I think it's going to be a great tournament. We're going to have a great matchup between the teams, and yes, so this is going to be the best GOT World Cup ever, I predict.
yeah. I think we should aim for that as well. Just by looking at the teams, we got 20 teams now. How do you feel about that? That's a solid number, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it's more than last time, and the last time in Battle of Nations, I was already surprised. So this is really super cool, especially also maybe shout out to some smaller nations, like Slovenia, for example, for fielding a team being new here. So this is amazing that they got together a team, and we're all here to play for the ultimate crown that exists.
It's amazing.
In anything, basically, in anything.
Yeah. We also, like you said, Slovenia came out of nowhere. Of course Slovenia got one of the best players that are currently active, right? But we only knew about Miha, so it is really cool to see them field the team. And also India, right? India came from nowhere, and it's awesome. And of course we got 18 other nations, but most of them are fairly known. But and we got one nation, one special nation. Should we call it nation? Berlin.
Yeah. So I can say something to that. So actually, we really wanted to play as part of Team Germany. But since for today, actually, Berlin has to redo its election because it was unconstitutional, and we can't build airports and we can do nothing right whatsoever. Team Germany said, sorry, Berlin, you have to do your own team. So that's how that came about.
Yes, and it's within the rules of the tournament, so we are very happy to have Berlin there. You got a great team from Berlin, right? It's a bunch of good players. Just like for your team, just to take that really quick here, what are your expectations for your team in this tournament?
It's going to be tough, as one of the few sub-states participating, but we do want to make top 20. That's
Yeah, that's a solid goal. We can also go in and take a quick look at the groups, right? It is two groups because we decided to opt for a group stage like football World Cup scenario. We ended up with two big groups. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, so maybe if we had four groups, six nations each, might have been even cooler. But I think it's a good compromise. So next time we will probably have 24 nations. I'm fairly sure of that next year. But that's well. So we kind of have a compromise now between the traditional Swiss round with each team in one large group basically, and then making a top cut, and something that we initially aimed for, which was kind of a football World Cup teams and group stage and then knockout stage. So it's an in-between mix, and I like that it's different. And one thing we will be talking about later, how that will be, we have the option of a draw, which is also, I think, super unusual, and it's something we wanted to try out. And as you will see, there are also some kinks how to implement that actually on the Jousting Pavilion. But yeah, I'm curious to see how that works out, how the teams like it. So for everyone out there, we're always keen to get feedback on that. But I like it. We have Team Fire, Team Ice, and we made randomly paired that. Stefan did that. And do you think one of the groups, Fire or Ice, is stronger, Magnus?
Yeah, of course. You can see that whenever when you open like the GOT World Cup 2023, you can see it straight away. Team number one, that got to be the strongest division, right? We got Norway. Now, I think I gotta be honest to say that Group Ice seems slightly stronger. It's gotta be interesting because picking who goes through from this group is gonna be hard. We got several of the favorites to win the whole tournament in this group. Berlin's gonna have a field day, aren't they?
Oh, yes. So I actually agree a little bit. I mean, with China and Poland, we have the two finalists, and with China, the reigning champion in our group. So we're going to be hard pressed to reach for the cut, but we're going to do our very best. And I also think, with France and maybe Czech Republic was the semi-finalists from last time.
Maybe we can.
Oh,
I can have
100% sure. So it's not gonna be to be super easy for you to reach the cut either.
No.
So, but I like that actually that we now do have this distinction, and it does create this kind of hybrid version of the event. Yeah. So let's see how that works out.
Yeah, I was also looking at a bit of the Jousting Pavilion points to check out the most active players, to check out the ones that have been competing the last year, and see how it's going on there. And by looking at the stats there, we got one team that is solid favorites to winning this tournament. By just looking at the stats, just looking at what's been done the last year, and that's France. France got so many pavilion points. So it's going to be interesting to see. They got some power players, and that got to be the favorite out of Fire, right? And we got like five nations out of Ice, maybe, that can fight for being the best nation in that group. So I think it's going to be tough no matter what group you are in. Norway, Australia, Czech Republic, France, Catalonia, India, Italy, Bulgaria, Slovenia, Israel. It's not an easy group. There's gonna be battle for all spots there, I think, as well. But I think we can just move on to the players tab, because we got a upcoming tournaments. Let's see, players. We got some stuff that's entered here, and it's done manually. It's all the players entered into Jousting Pavilion, and we really want everyone to check that this is the correct lineup for the team and the correct user. Like that, each team checks that this is our player, and that everyone is a registered player. Because this is the only way that you can report games as well. We can go and show how we report games a bit later, but this is important. So it would be really nice that every team checks out their nation and see if everything's okay. Everything's okay. Because there's a lot of it's just one dot too many, and it's like a total different player. So yeah.
Exactly. So I want to say a great thank you to all the captains who reported all the links to the Jousting Pavilion profiles. So that helped really a lot with all the management. But still, some links didn't work perfectly. Some didn't have links. So for that reason, please do write me a message if you see an error or something like that, and then we can still fix that. That's not going to be a problem.
Yeah.
But this is basically going to be the tournament where you report your individual matches. So if you have a 1, you are the person responsible for reporting that game. And I cannot stress that enough. The person who wins has to report. They have to do that on the Jousting Pavilion, and as a backup also post it in the channel that we're going to show in a minute.
Yes,
If you fail to do that, and you don't do that until the end of the week, you will be given an auto loss, right? So please do remember, if you win your game, you are responsible for reporting. If you have trouble reporting, please contact us as organizers.
Yeah, I can just show how you get control of your user, because you need to be logged in. So I can just go into, I hope I can go into anyone here. I just go into Tim Robinson's profile here. So whenever you've gone into Jousting Pavilion, find your user. Like a search, just go up to player and press here, search. I'm Magnus, search. And I go into my user. Okay, that was a bad choice. Let's just go into another user. And it says here, this is me. So what this does is to claim this username. So when you press on this, you will get us to log in with Discord, Facebook, or an email. And then you have claimed your user. That's the only way you will be able to actually report your game. So please, everyone, do this. I will make just a short guide on this and post it as a text as well. So hopefully everyone will see this. All right.
Yeah, maybe Magnus, can you show the channels that are on Discord?
Yep.
Just to show them that they would have to report there as well.
Yes. So here we are in the GOT Discord. Everyone should see this now. Round 1. So whenever your team has been paired, you get a table. This happens soon, by the way, so just you wait. So if your team is on table 1, here is a guide on how you schedule your matches. You write in here whenever your match is scheduled, date, time zone, yeah, and whatnot. And you also report your games here, like at Zinnie. Let's see, at Team Norway. Oh, that was a bad at. I don't know if this drags out too much, but wins versus Hannes, of course. It's gonna be an easy match.
Yes. One thing maybe to mention here is if your Discord name is not the same as your Jousting Pavilion name, please also add your Jousting Pavilion name. We will add that here, because then if there is a problem, discrepancy there, we can find that more easily.
Yeah.
So please also give the Jousting Pavilion name if this is not basically the same or almost the same as your Discord name.
Yeah. I don't think we've listed when captains need to send in their players, right, pilots for the week. I don't think we've listed that anywhere.
That's true, but so I would basically say they can do that during the week. Whenever a match is scheduled, they should, of course, name the player. So it doesn't have to be fixed already on Monday or something like that. So if a team, for example, needs to change the player flexibly, this is also okay. But please always schedule each match that you want to play. Post it in the channel of your table that you're playing on. And at that time, add the player that is basically the piloting your faction.
Yeah, and if we see that people are scheduling very late in the week, we're gonna set a time limit on this for sure, or a deadline, because it's a lot of info to punch in. And one more thing that's not written in the table chat here is make a @organizer or no admin. I'm sorry. Always ping one of the admins or the admins whenever you write in a result or you schedule a match, so we can go in and punch it into the master spreadsheet. And the master spreadsheet about this, there we will have all kinds of information in the master spreadsheet. So you can find that in announcements up here, and just go to pinned messages. And you'll find Stefan's master spreadsheet up here. And you can go in and look at everything that's here. I got a bit fucked up. Let's see. Sorry. Oh, there we go. And yeah, you can look at all the players, all the decks, and yeah, you got everything here. So that was that. Let's see.
Okay. So maybe we could now just briefly show on the Iron Throne, maybe for those who are not using it regularly, how to create a match that has the specifications of the World Cup.
Yes.
So you click on New Game.
Yep. Let's go into a new game. And here we have a mode. The usual is standard. If you got the saved password, just remove that. And you got the event World Cup 2023. That is the one you're gonna use, because you get preset everything. This is the setting that we're gonna use for every single game. I would also do like this and Zinnie's game versus Hannes, just to make it easier to see. If you're unsure if your opponent is the one that joins the game, let's just start the game here. And an opponent joins and you're not sure, just ask him. Please ask him if it's the right player, because then you probably would be playing for an hour and you'd probably have to play again if it's not the player you was gonna face. And just to show one more thing about this, the settings is 55 minutes. Allow spectators is put on, so spectators is always welcome. Spectators are on mute. Whenever there's a problem in your games, you go into the Discord server, ask for help, and it might come someone really quick, and it might take some minute, but try to uncheck mute and let the referee or one of the organizer help you out. So this is important to just uncheck this. And it's 55 minutes, and it's gonna be that, right?
And important is also, please do not set a password. So setting passwords is actually disallowed, exactly for the reason because we want spectators, we want everybody to be able to spectate it. Oh, you can't. Okay, wonderful. And if you start the game, maybe quickly can show that on the bottom right how to unmute spectators, because that's not super easy to see if you haven't done that before in the game.
There's okay. This does seem like we got some issues with the World Cup thingy here. Okay.
So if that would persist until tomorrow or the next days, then please choose the same settings. So allow spectators, mute spectators, and 55 minutes. So we will try to get this figured out with the Iron Throne team.
We'll just post an image of the unmute after this, right?
Right. Okay. Yeah. So
or I can just go to a game here, and we got unmute down in the right corner here, right? You cannot see it in this. Oh, whoops.
But it's really at the bottom right.
Yeah, I got some image over here. That was bad. Okay, bad streamer.
All right. And regarding streamers, a small announcement. So streaming is allowed in every game, and it's highly, highly encouraged. And to honor those who actually do the streaming, which we really, really do like, I can announce that there will be a small streamers prize for those top 3 streamers. So basically, those that post the most streams and make the most streams during the whole World Cup will get a small prize from the organizing committee, and of course they will be rewarded with the highest honors of being basically World Cup super streamers. So,
yes.
We really, really like to see that. We have a channel in Discord where you can announce that you're streaming when you're streaming, and so please do use that. And then we are really happy to see streams and live games for the next weeks to come.
This is something a lot of the community members really like. So if you want to test out streaming, do it. You're gonna get a bunch of followers, and there's so many that liked this game and wanted to discuss the games while they go on. So please consider joining us streamers to make some more content for this game. It's gonna be awesome. And join in on streamers like Miha. He's always open to having more people on his stream as well. So, All right.
And then we can maybe explain how basically the results of the team event in the Jousting Pavilion will look like, because this is probably unlike anything you have ever seen before. Magnus, could you share this picture of the example, how it might look like?
Yes, I had a picture. That's right. I need to find that picture now.
Be in Discord.
Yes, it was probably in Discord. Okay. I'll just go into your... There we go.
Basically the background of this, we wanted to have a draw because we have 8 versus 8. We wanted to give everybody the opportunity to actually contribute and to play.
Yep.
So that means it can be that we end up with a result of 4 versus 4.
Yes.
And in the original rules, it was written that it's 5 points for a win and 2 points for a draw. So 2 draws are worth less than 1 win, and 0 points, of course, for a loss. And at the time, we actually thought there is the option of directly entering a draw into the Jousting Pavilion, because in some tournaments way back it was done. But to be honest, we couldn't figure out how to do that. If we can do that in the future, we might change this. But we have a workaround for this.
Yeah.
So each round will be actually entered twice by us between teams. And if you win, you get basically 2 wins against the same team. And if you lose, you get 2 losses. If you draw, and that's now basically the kink, is you get 1 modified win and 1 modified loss. A modified win is worth 4 points. So, relatively speaking, this maintains basically the relative points between teams just with a factor of 2. So it's now basically 10 points for a win, 4 points for a draw, and 0 points for a loss. So in that way, we can have the correct ranking on the Jousting Pavilion. It will look a little funny. If we find some way to work around it, we'll just reset the tournament for that and put it in nicely. But it will work for basically everything that is functionally relevant. So be mindful of that, there will be this double entry for each round. And the specific thing is, if you have drawn, you will get 1 modified win and 1 modified loss, adding up to 4 points, with a win being 10 points and losses being 0 points.
Yeah, and this is for us to actually keep the tournament on Jousting Pavilion, to make it visible for everyone. And it's kind of, it would be sad that our World Cup doesn't show on Jousting Pavilion, so this was the best workaround we could figure out. And when I say we, it's all Hannes, so thank you for that, Hannes. This will make it stay, and we will probably have some rankings on the master spreadsheet as well. But Big Boss Stefan needs to get on that, because he does everything on the spreadsheet. So I'm not sure if we will have it, but if it gets done, he's the man. So yeah.
So I think from our side, rules-wise, this is it. Maybe those who are listening now, if you have additional questions, you can post them in the chat. And after we do the pairing, we might take them up and answer them then.
Yeah.
So if you have anything that's still unclear to you, please write now in the chat on Twitch. And now I would actually do the pairing of the first round.
Oh, yay! Okay, I'll have Kristin look at the chat and ask her after if it has come any questions. So let's see. We're into. I'll just need to check that we're into the right spot on the stream as well. We are. So let's do this. It's gonna be interesting. Right. It's gonna be interesting.
Yes,
okay.
Indeed.
Pair new round.
So, I'm pairing a new round now, and then you can refresh.
Okay. So you're pairing.
3,
go.
2, 1, yeah, go. Okay, here we go.
Okay, we got it here, guys. Okay, round 1, table 1, and this team will stay on table 1, of course. Norway versus India. Table 2, Australia versus Czech Republic. Table 3, France versus Italy. Table 4, Catalonia versus Israel. Table 5, Bulgaria versus Slovenia. Table 6, Chile versus China. Table 7, Austria versus Greece. Table 8, Poland versus Germany. Table 9, Spain versus Berlin. Table 10, USA versus Hungary. All right, that is our first pairing. Oh, it's gotta be good.
Very, very nice.
Okay.
So I see Germany being out for revenge against Poland, because Poland basically kicked them out at Battle of Nations in the quarterfinals.
Yes.
Right, so that's going to be one to watch. And, Norway against India, complete new team.
Yes.
So watch out for that as well, right?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be nice to get to know these guys as well. We got it. Okay. It's only interesting matchups, isn't there? It's gonna be so cool to watch these games. It's gonna be cool to watch a kind of new-ish Team USA versus Hungary as well. Hungary got some really great players that have turned up, and a comeback kid in Thomas Albeck, right? So It's gonna be a cool match. So I'm excited for every one of these matchups. Israel coming back for this as well. They aren't playing much online. You got Yotam, which are playing some at least, but they have gathered a strong team as well versus Catalonia. It's gonna be great. So, what's gonna happen now, Hannes? Are we? Maybe we should look if there has come in any questions. Christian just looks at me. Doesn't seem like it
right now. So maybe we could show them the channels with the tables, and I will now do basically the pairings within each matchup, how the factions are paired against each other.
Yep. Let's.
So you could go to table 1 for Norway against India.
Let's go. There we go.
Okay. So.
There we go. All right. So this means I think you forgot just one. You forgot Team Norway in the input here, but doesn't matter that much. Norway with Tyrell versus Baratheon, Nightwatch versus Greyjoy. Oh, Team Norway was down there. Okay, something weird has happened. Maybe we should do a redraw of this.
Yes.
So I'll just gonna. Okay.
Just wait.
I'm gonna wait. So I can go into like double check what's it gonna write, because it's just one dot too many, and
okay, so we will try this again.
Yeah. No.
No.
Okay.
So some technical keys to
it's easier to see now because it was on the top.
Yeah. Okay. Is it okay? Team Norway colon på engelsk.
Okay, yeah, I double. So I got it now. I think I got it wrong. I copied the command again. So let's try this.
Yes, it looks good now. I'm just redrawing until I get the one one matchup I want, right? Yeah. Because I'm an organizer, so I can do that. Okay, and that's a side note. Both me and Hannes is playing in this tournament. So we are biased. Like, yep. All right, we got it now. So this is what it will look like in every single table. We will add the teams as well. I can do it right now. Add Norway versus India. So everyone gets a notice. So this is how it works. Like the top versus top, and then we go down. So Targaryen versus Tyrell, Baratheon versus Martell, Tyrell versus Targaryen, Nightwatch versus Lannister, Stark versus Greyjoy, Lannister versus Stark, Greyjoy versus Nightwatch, and Martell versus Baratheon. So it's not a mirror matchup. That's great. Okay, we got table 2 as well. Australia versus Czech Republic. Here we got a mirror matchup in the first one. Tyrell versus Tyrell. Targaryen versus Martell. Greyjoy versus Lannister. Baratheon versus Greyjoy. Martell versus Stark. Stark versus Baratheon. Lannister versus Nightwatch. Nightwatch versus Targaryen. Okay, I'll stop reading through every one of these now. But they are coming. Team France versus Team Italy as well has been paired. So, whenever you are certain who your pilot is, please just schedule your match and ping us. Ping admin. Catalonia versus Israel.
So I'm adding more and more matchup of the factions now. And we will also ping in the tables the respective teams so that you're sure to find where you have to post your scheduled matches.
Yeah.
And then also the results, in addition to also reporting them on the Jousting Pavilion.
Yeah. So there we go. France. Let's go. All right. It doesn't seem like we got any questions because everything is. We've said it all, right? It doesn't care, you say? What?
It's crystal clear.
Oh, it's crystal clear. Okay, perfect. Yeah. It's always like that when me and Hannes is having a stream. So
absolutely,
people are probably not listening.
No, I don't. No,
about the rules. They don't want to know the rules.
Pierre is in the chat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's certainly not listening to the rules, so that's true. Okay.
He's always.
You know what they might want to know?
No.
Whether you two have already looked through the decks and whether you have found, a particular special or interesting deck that you want to give a shout out to.
I gotta be honest now, and I admit that I haven't checked out a single deck so far. So that is for the next week. I'm gonna go in and check out first of all the Team India's deck, but I'm gonna give it a real go and check out. I'm sure there's some crazy decks here, right? Because how many?
Maybe Hannes has checked some.
Yeah, probably. Have you checked anything
Obviously, out? Would have been embarrassing if I had asked this question.
And neither one of us, yeah.
So yes, actually, I did. I didn't check all of them out, but just some that might be kind of outstanding, or that might be curious. So first of all, the two Banner of the Falcon decks, I think, are worth mentioning, from I think Hungary and China.
Perfect.
So, and both of them, one with Baratheon from Hungary and one from Lannister, especially since we have so many Lanny-free companies decks. It's highly appreciated that something new is tried, and I'm really, really going to be interested to see these two decks in action.
Okay, I'm going in and checking one of them out now, just to give it a or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, because I haven't played a single match with this agenda at all, Banner of the Falcon. So this is gonna be interesting. I'm kind of hoping I'm not playing versus a deck like this, because I would be very inexperienced against it, because I haven't played it and haven't played against it. So I just need to read what it says as well. You must include at least 12 House Arryn cards in your deck. That shouldn't be any problem now after the Arryn pack. While the number of House Arryn cards you control is higher than your initiative value, each loyal character you control gets 1+ strength. So that's, loyal characters is obviously not Arryn cards. So yeah, really not sure about this one, but I see that it's a lot of the new cards. That's fun though. It's a bunch of the new cards. Whoa.
So kudos already now to Hungary and China for daring to run that agenda. I will really be curious to see how they work.
Yeah,
and Team Berlin had Greyjoy Banner of the Dragon, I saw.
No, Banner
it was Targaryen Banner Kraken, was it?
Targaryen Banner Kraken? Yeah.
That was kind of interesting.
Yeah. I also just, is this a thing now? So that's cool. Okay. Banner of the Falcon, and the first thing I see is 2 copies of Cersei Lannister. Whoa! I would never.
Well, you're also not the reigning champion, Magnus.
Shut up, Hannes. No, you got that right. So yeah, maybe this is the way. Yes. And I stopped at that one. King's Landing, a bunch of locations, 27. Oh, Lord. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Which one was the one you mentioned, Christine, that you also thought was nice? Maybe you could go to that.
Berlin. What were you thinking of? What's it? No, I think it was Nightwatch Banner of the Kraken.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Nightwatch
Oh,
Banner
yeah.
of the Kraken. Yeah.
Actually, I would have called that out as well if it wasn't too embarrassing to call out one of our own decks. It's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. I was actually. This is the only deck I've checked out because you
Yeah.
mentioned it to me earlier this day.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is interesting. How do you play this?
Yeah, and I was looking
That
at
is
it,
my
and I
question.
couldn't answer you. But I see there's some stealth shenanigans here. So yeah, this one was an interesting one, and I really like seeing. I really like seeing 61 cards on it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you should check out Nico and my decks, Knights of the Hollow Hill. Then you will get, even more. We almost got booted off the team from our captain when we handed in a deck with 62 cards.
Yeah, it is always fun to see like a deck you cannot put out characters or anything in setup, and it's not even at 60 cards. I love this. This is my favorite deck now.
I think this is gonna be fun to play against with the Layways, Nightmares, Hand's Judgment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Lost of the Giants,
We
Varys.
have no NPE here.
No, not at all. Oh, I can like this.
And maybe one other thing, if you can go back to the list. So we had a Banner of the Falcon, I think, as a completely new thing. And then also, I think in Team Norway, also Team Berlin, other teams, there is one thing I found, Stark Fealty. So I don't know if this is the first time that this is run in a tournament, but it seems really fresh and new to me. So this is also a shout out to all those who dare to play Stark Fealty.
Yes, cool. I don't think Stark Fealty has ever been run in a tournament. So yeah, we thought we'd try it. Actually, this was one of the biggest discussions in our team. It wasn't big actually, but to what we're gonna use Fealty for. Because we had two very innovative factions with Fealty. It was Greyjoy or Stark. So yeah,
I cried one night, but
yeah, Kristen lost that one, our Greyjoy pilot. So yeah. So no, we're not getting the prize for most innovative deck builders, but I don't think we got bad decks at least. Yeah, we got maybe one of them is.
Look at Poland's Fealty deck.
Oh, this is a Griesch deck. I'm sure of it. Yes, it's gotta be, and I think it's pretty similar to ours. Are a bit different, but it's pretty core. It's probably the one that won Berlin. I almost said Berlin Nationals, German Nationals.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's very tough to play against.
Yeah, it's
But
yeah.
I don't know how you see it. I would say in general, and maybe that's not a big surprise, that we have few, wacky or completely new builds. So some we actually mentioned now.
Yeah.
With the Banner of the Falcon, but I think that was also similar in Battle of the Tridents, maybe a little less so. That of course, if you have to build 8 decks and it's for a whole tournament, probably we all go a little bit more conservative.
Yeah.
And go rather tried and true than something completely new.
Yeah, and
so it's also going to be a good test for the stand of the meta, and we have this bet going, I think, or I think we do, Magnus. That
yes.
I think
yes.
Mummer's Farce is actually it's a very good agenda currently, of course, but I don't think it's as good as it is made out to be. And for those, my argument is basically, of course, it went extremely well. at Stardeck, with 3 in the top cut, 2 in semifinals, and the winning deck actually also being Mummers. But my argument is it has also been played by extremely good players. So, and it needs, I think, extremely good players. So I couldn't, I could have taken, for example, our Mattel Fools deck from David, and I probably would not have made the cut at Stardeck because I can't play it. I'm too stupid. So I think that if you take out the top 2 players who play Mummers, so maybe Marty Voss from Catalonia and David from Berlin, or some of the other who play Mattel Fools, and you take out the least successful ones, you will actually see that those in the middle, and that's my basically prediction for this tournament, they won't go over a 50% win rate for that agenda.
Yeah, now so, I was punching like way beyond that number, right? Because I was saying that especially the Martell decks in this open format will dominate. Martell Mummers deck will dominate, and I think they will be well above 70%. But you just to go back to something you said about the decks in general, like that conservative deck building. But I think that's. I think it's of course many top players playing this tournament, but there's also a bunch of inexperienced players, right? That has come together and joined the team, and I think that's also part of this. With there being this, it's almost only like top strong decks, and I think that goes to that people want to like do a real effort, even though they are maybe less experienced, and they want to play top decks, and that's maybe the reason why there's very few janky decks here. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see no matter what, because there is still surprises in an open deck list format. But yeah, our bet, we haven't decided what we are betting, are we?
No, we're going to reveal that at the next stream.
Yeah.
So it's going to be something really, really amazing, I think. But yeah, let's see. So I'm always open for this discussion. I think Mummers is slightly above curve, but not as much as it used to be. And for me personally, so we have 15 Aloof in the parts, and I think 12 Stark, 12 Fealty overall. So, and this has been played for years, and it's just my personal opinion that I would rather also restrict something like that has been top for years and years, and it's played over and over again, to see more variety coming in, and something still rather new as Mummers, but maybe they do need a nerf. But hopefully this tournament will also give a lot of data on this, so that the committee here can also make then a good decision for the next restricted list. Yeah,
and you also said that more inexperienced players with Mummers will struggle a bit, and that might be true. And I actually forgot about this when we were having the chat about the bet, and one of the reasons why I think I think that especially Martell Mummers is that great is that I have been spectating David playing while he has been commentating the deck and explaining his choices, like just in half an hour. But there was some small stuff that he did that was just, oh, I can do that, and so you might be right about that. A less experienced player won't catch those things. So maybe you'll hit spot on, and it's 49% win ratio after this. But I don't think so.
And faction-wise, do you see any faction basically coming out on top? I mean, this is a nice thing. Yeah. It's evenly distributed across everything. So 50 is the benchmark here.
Yeah. I'm really not sure. I think we might like see some surprises. Like maybe Lannister will do really good, but when you're looking at the decks, it's Yeah, Lannister have been struggling for a while, but I think that Lannister can be like top faction after this with the agendas they have chosen. But yeah, just yeah, a wild guess, and I could be just saying Stark will dominate because most of the decks here doesn't have any great weakness, right? Because most of them are filthy. So, but yeah, I hope to see like Lannister do great because they have gotten some support. I don't know how much have been used in by the of the new cards, but they have got some support lately, at least. So, I hope for Lannister to do well. What about you?
I agree. I would have also called out Lannister as the faction to do best. And Christine, what do you think?
Greyjoy.
Not biased at all.
Greyjoy Wars.
Especially, yeah, but yeah, just yeah. I know you're kind of joking here, but there's a bunch of really strong Greyjoy deck as well. We got Filthy, we got Murmurs, Farce. I think also Crossing.
Three Companies is also like I think.
Yeah.
Cross.
Yeah, I think that like Crossing is. I don't think it's top tier deck now, but it's still strong. And it's a lot of members. Do you know how many are playing Greyjoy members? 1,
4 or 5, I think.
Okay, it's that many. So you might be right. you might
also,
be right.
I mean, we have Martell Hollow Hill 5 times again. So this is one of the stable decks as well. That's probably always going to do quite good.
Yeah, Baratheon, a lot of Neil everything. I see. Oh, okay, we got some different decks actually. So yeah, we got a lot of. Oh, it's mostly. We got some Prince decks as well. Okay, yeah. No, it's and Nightwatch, is it only aloof? Oh, Reigns and aloof is the same. Oh no. Oh, 3 companies, but yeah. Things of Summer of for us. But it's kind of the same deck all over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost. Yes, it is some different. That was a bit boring. Got to admit, and also, I'm counting in Team Norway as well because we got we have Kings of Summer, but it's big guys, so it's the same as everyone else.
And interesting was 5 Sea of Bloods, all of them with Targaryen.
Yeah.
So I haven't checked them all out. You can also do that, I think, with Dothrakis, but I wonder whether this is basically the try to go instead of Tark Fealty if you want to do a burn deck. So 5 of them is, I think, might be one of the most chosen combinations, and I wouldn't have expected that, to be honest.
No, we're gonna face 1, I see, in Team India. Team Norway is gonna play versus it, and it's surely a burn deck. So it's gonna be interesting to see who of our pilots got it, because we got some inexperienced players, so it's always tough against burn. But yeah, I'll just check one more of them to see if Team Germany, is it? Yeah,
I think they're mostly burn except for the Czech Republic. I think it's the Czech Republic is Dothrakis.
All right. Okay. Last deck we should check out. How's the chat? Chat's calm, I think. Let me just scroll here for a while. To find one more interesting. Just out of curiosity, Australia got one of the best Martell's players as well. So just going in and checking that we are back with city plots and wars to come with the host of the Boneway as the restricted card. It makes me glad to see that it's going to be tested. Is that because of we got no? Wasn't the gold event wasn't in there? I thought it would be. Yeah, with naval and I would. No, it's not. I would think that you had summer harvest as well, but enabled superiority is chosen. Cool.
Okay, so we are looking at a great start to the World Cup, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Let me. Are you gonna play the first week?
Yes. So I'm basically we have our factions divided
Yep.
among players, and I'm sharing mine with Nico, and he's at a lonely island. So I'm gonna probably do the first 2 or 3 games until he returns, and then maybe we will win the game then when he's back.
Okay, so basically.
Easy for my opponents.
Yeah, so basically, Nico only gets 1 game out of this tournament.
Well, I will do everything that I can that he gets at least 2 games.
Okay, Kristin, are you playing?
Not
sure.
I'm not
Kristin
sure.
is sitting here with. It gotta be COVID.
I'm always sick. So
Always sick, so yeah, maybe not. I'm probably playing. I'm probably playing your deck then.
maybe
Yes.
I have to teach you.
Yeah, you have to teach me. You played far better than me, so that's gonna be interesting. Yeah, we also got it divided like 2 pilots, except our team captain. She's only piloting. All of our team got 2 factions that we are pilot and co-pilot for. So if one is off, the other takes and plays two games. So yeah.
It will be alright.
Yeah, it will be all right. How many players are in Berlin?
9.
9. Okay, so yeah, pretty easy to find the pilot. We are 13 registered, but not that many is gonna play. We got 3 that's not gonna play at all. So we got basically 10 pilots that's ready almost every week. So that's gonna be good. So. And shout out to
Team India. I mean, they have three pilots and they have to do 8 matches. So
yes.
Big respect to that.
Yeah, I was just before we went into recording, I was gonna play my Champions of Westeros game, and my opponent got delayed, and I handed him the win, and I was just like, yeah, I cannot manage to schedule 1 game, so Team India. Yeah, I really hope that they will survive all this. It's gonna be a bunch of matches for them, but I hope they will enjoy.
And we should be nice as opponents and try to
kill them.
To find some time that can work for them.
Yes, that should be with everyone, of course. And if it doesn't fit with the pilots, we just change pilots. And I suggest that everyone tries to just schedule their matches, and it would be sad that matches in a World Cup ends up not being played. Like that would be terrible. So please be kind to each other and try to make it work for everyone.
Okay.
Whoa, my phone starts to talk.
Siri starts talking.
Okay, Hannes, do we got anything left to say here?
I don't think so. There were no questions in the chat, so I think we're off to an amazing World Cup here. I want to thank again everybody basically who participates. You in particular, Magnus, for initiating Battle of the Nations 2 years ago together with Stefan, and bringing new life to major team events. And of course to Stefan for managing all everything there is in the master spreadsheet. That is really an amazing and important piece of running this whole thing. So Stefan, I can't say thank you enough. I'm terrible at spreadsheets, and this is really crucial.
Yeah. He's so important for making this happen. So I just gotta jump in and say the same thing. Like it wouldn't be possible without him. So yeah, we are really thankful for having our team, right, because we are four guys trying to make this work, and I think it will be amazing. So yeah.
So basically, 3 useless people and Stefan.
Yeah. That's totally true. I tried not to say.
To Stefan, he is absolutely deserved it. By the way, for those who don't know, he also runs Thrones DB. So this is, I think, probably one of the sites I visit the most there. So thanks for all that, Stefan, and thank you for hosting this stream today, Christine and Magnus.
Thank you for joining, mate.
Everybody have a lovely evening or morning or whatever time it is.
Yeah, and we will put this out on Twitch and of course on YouTube, and put a link in the streamer's channel as soon as this is over. So yeah, I think we just could say goodbye, right?
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for watching.